I hope you like that. I actually took the time to decloak all my Predators in the order that they decloaked in the Predator 2 movie at the end, after Danny Glover takes out the City Hunter. So we're going to look at all of these Lost Tribe Predators, and this is a mix of ultimate and non-ultimate. But let's start with the City Hunter, who is not considered a Lost Tribe Predator. So at the end of the movie, this guy gets impaled by his own weapon by Danny Glover, then he's on the ground, and that's when these guys start to decloak. Now, the reason why they call these guys standing the Lost Tribe Predators is because after production of the movie, they lost their costumes, but in reality, I just think the actors kept their costumes. That's my theory. But I'm going to talk about these figures in the order that they decloaked. So the first one to decloak at the end of the movie was the Elder Predator right here. And this is the guy who gives Danny Glover his flintlock pistol with the inscription Raphael Adolini 1715. And there's actually a backstory comic that details his adventure on Earth when he teamed up with a pirate against the pirate's subordinates. The second one to decloak is the Boar Predator right here, which is an ultimate. This ultimate figure has a changeable head where you can put his masked version on. But in the movie, he's unmasked. He's a very cool figure, very articulated. The third one to decloak would be the Stalker Predator back over here. As you can see him right there. All he has is this unretracted combi stick. And those three decloaked on the same side. And then the next two to decloak on another side were these two. So number 4 to decloak was the Shaman Predator, aka the Hippie. And then next to him was the Warrior here. Now this guy, the Shaman, carries this really brittle stick. And he has no weapons on him, so I think that's why people call him the Hippie. And then over here, the Warrior, aka the Ram. Very unique skin complexion. And then the next two Predators to decloak would be Snake and Guardian here. That's Snake, obviously, because of the snake patterns on his skin. And then here we have the Guardian. Now, Guardian is very cool. If you look at his helmet, this is actually the prototype helmet that the Jungle Hunter Predator would have worn in Predator 1. But they chose not to wear this bio helmet. So what they did with that helmet was they put it on this guy, the Guardian. And if you'll notice in AVP, Celtic wears a bio helmet design that's very heavily inspired by this Guardian bio helmet. Very cool. And then the last two to decloak would be these two. First with this guy, this is the Scout, and that's an ultimate figure. And then finally was the Boar. The Boar was the very last one to decloak. Now my Scout is an ultimate figure. He does have a changeable head. You can change him out for his unmasked variant, and it's pretty cool looking. They also give him a nice little rifle, but you don't see any of that in the movie, so I like to keep him like this. Now at the end of the movie, when they're carrying out the corpse of City Hunter, it's actually these two that carry him out. It's Scout and Boar. But there's actually a tie-in novel to the movie, Predator 2. And in that story, the City Hunter is not quite dead yet, but he is defeated by Danny Glover. But what happens is the Elder finishes off the City Hunter in an honorable way. So I guess it's kind of a mercy execution, I suppose. But yeah, I finally have all the Lost Tribe Predators, and they're really cool to look at. This is really cool. Like Predator 2, man, they did not have to show 9 unique Predators, but they chose to. And for that 1 or 2 minutes that they appeared on screen, it was expensive. And you can see Snake is trying to fall over, but Guardian is holding him up. Guardian is like the rock that Snake rests upon. I bet you in a second he's probably gonna fall. But yeah, in the movie, it's Scout and Boar that carries off this guy, the City Hunter. So I very much love my Lost Tribe Predators, and I do plan to get the ultimate versions of the other 7 that you can pretty much figure out were not ultimates. But I am very happy with my non-ultimate versions. They look really good. Look at my Elder. He looks perfect. And because he doesn't have that extra torso articulation like this guy, I think it makes his torso look even better than the Ultimates. But people like the Ultimates because they have a few more articulation points, and they also have a way more accessories. But I myself, I'm happy with these guys. I just want to get the Ultimate so that I can compare them for you guys, so you can see which ones you like better. Out of this group, man, I keep telling you which ones are my favorite. Because at one point I said the Borg, but when I take a look at Elder, I'm like, wow, Elder looks great. But I think my favorite helmet is obviously going to be the Guardian's helmet, just because I've talked so much about Celtic's bio helmet, which is heavily inspired by Guardians here. But which one is your favorite Lost Tribe Predator? And what did you think of Predator 2? Like, did you guys like the movie? When I first watched Predator 2, this is the time when it came out in theaters. Like, I didn't like it that much, but when I went back and watched it a few years later, I actually liked it quite a bit. Especially when you watch the newer Predator movie called The Predator, and then you realize just how good Predator 2 actually was. Like, it was a nice continuation of the Predator storyline. But yeah, I just want to hear what you guys think about my figures here. What you think about the Lost Tribe Predators. Oh, and one more fun fact. Danny Glover was a huge fan, and he also knew a lot of the Los Angeles Lakers, you know, the basketball team. So because they needed really tall people to play Predator 2, or Predator characters, Danny Glover was able to get his LA Laker buddies to fill into these costumes here. So that's why a lot of these guys are huge. And Danny Glover himself is a very tall guy. I think he's 6'4". So that's why Danny Glover doesn't look that small compared to the other Predators. But if I were to stand next to the Predators, I would be like, probably like up to here. Maybe I'd be like super short against those guys. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Let me know what you guys think.